This is man Discretion, and this is the No Cat Recap, Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 8. Episode started off all up in Rick motherfucking face. Carol crying hysterically over the loss of Sophia. Daryl telling her not to look as if that's gonna help shit. What you mean don't look? Not looking is not gonna bring her daughter back. Herschel in shock on his Kevin McAllister shit. Beth went to go say bye to her Walker mom, but she came back to life and attacked her. Scared the sweet and low packets out of her ass. Jane started bucking on Herschel and saying that they knew Sophia was in there the whole time. They blame it on Otis and he ain't even there to defend himself. Jane started swelling up like he wanna fight Herschel. Maggie slapped the sweat off his face. Herschel told them he needed them off the property immediately, but that's like the fourth time you said that shit. They obviously ain't taking that shit seriously. And then motherfuckers start packing their bags yet. Shane told Rick he just as delusional as Herschel ass and stormed off. You hear the violins and the intro drop. After the intro, Andrea using a blanket made out of Freddy Krueger's sweater material to tuck Sophia in for one last time. Carol in the RV reminiscing about Sophia just doing some soul searching. Daryl came in there to keep her company. Glenn told Maggie that in some sort of fucked up way losing Sophia was for the best, cause now everybody can move on with their life. Carl told Lori he wanted to be the one to rescue Sophia, then she asked Dale to babysit. Carl inherited that big ass Yosemite Sam hat from Rick. Team in front of the barn making funeral arrangements for Sophia. Rick said everybody was depending on him and he let him down, so he threw himself a surprise pity party. Dale kept staring Shane down and he ain't like it, so he went over there and started bucking. Told Dale that he's a hero for clearing the barn and Dale ain't good for shit but fixing motor vehicles. Whole team getting their Camp Green Lake on, dug graves for Sophia and the rest of their loved ones. Lori came to get Carol for the funeral service, but Carol said she wasn't trying to go because that's not the real Sophia that was being buried. She might have turned, but that's definitely still her. This ain't Freaky Friday. Everybody gathered around to pay respects to Carol's daughter except Carol her motherfucking self. The funeral ended, everybody scattered like late night project roaches and went their separate ways. Carol in the field doing some overly aggressive manual weed removal. T-Dog and Andrea loaded up the walkers that they didn't know in the pickup truck. On their way to go cremate them motherfuckers, one of them dropped his arm. Andrea told T-Dog to stop the truck so she can go retrieve the lost limb. Maggie asked Glenn to stay even if the rest of the team left. While he was stumbling over his answer, Beth passed the fuck out washing dishes. Dishwater must have had too much bleach in that shit. Herschel disappeared and Maggie mentioned that he may be at his favorite bar in town, so Glenn and Rick went off to go find his ass. Jane heard something strange in the woods and thought it was a walker. It turned out to be Carol coming back from her gardening session. She had mad cuts and bruises on her arms and shit, and her hands was dirty as hell. Looked like she just did an oil change. Jane gave her a quick whole bath and told her how sorry he was about Sophia. Dale started telling Lori how he thinks Shane killed Otis. He was right, but how the fuck did he know? Rick and Glenn riding into town talking about their relationship problems. Terrified about Lori's pregnancy, and Glenn feel bad because Maggie said she loved him and he ain't said back. Caught feelings over one fuck in the pharmacy. Hop out and start approaching the bar where Herschel getting turned at. Beth awake but still in shock and nobody know what the fuck to do. They need Herschel. Lori asked Daryl if he can go into town to help try to find him. He said after the Sophia situation, he done searching for motherfuckers. Rick and Glenn kicking the door to the bar. Herschel in there getting bent off the Henny. Rick asking him how many drinks he had as if that's any of his fucking business. Not only is he a grown ass man, he older than you. He do not need no adult supervision. Told him what's going on with Beth, but he blatantly ignored that shit and poured himself another drink. Lori put on that Joel Miller ass jacket and then set off to go find Rick and her damn self. On her way into town, her non-driving ass hit a walker, overcorrected and got in a terrible car accident. Had that Nissan Altima sitting sideways. Herschel told Rick and Glenn to leave him the fuck alone and just go on about their business. Rick said he couldn't do that because he promised Maggie that he'll bring her pops home safe. Herschel hit the illest clap back and said, ain't that the same thing you promised Sophia? Damn! Rick and Herschel get to fussing over who's supposed to be the leader like Raph and Leo. Rick won the argument with facts and Herschel calmed his ass down. Shane and Theodore in the middle of bumfuck Egypt burning the rest of the walker bodies. Rick finally talked Herschel into putting the bottle down and carrying his ass home, but on their way out the door, two bulking skull looking motherfuckers bust in. Turned out to be Dave and Tony from Philly. They Dave and Tony asked if they can come back home with Rick and them. They said, nah, carry your ass to Nebraska. Dave ain't like that shit, so he reached for the tool, but Rick clapped him and Tony ass before he can get his hands on him. Marshall and Glenn just witnessed a double homicide and looked shocked than a bitch. Now Rick standing over Dave's body like, hey, I did Tyron Lue. It showed Shane and T-Dog finally lighting the Walker corpses on fire. Then it went off.